Hey everyone, I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm Desiree.
And we're bringing you this week's Rising Tide West Coast Swing Guide.
Well, Happy New Year. It's finally here, 2021. And so we are going to be celebrating with a new series, a Dance Resolutions series for 2021. And the first week of the series, we're going to be talking you through setting dance, D-A-N-C-E, dance goals. Matt is going to break it down for you, then we're going to give you a few examples to try out for yourself as you refine your West Coast Swing New Year's resolutions.
So DANCE is a fun little acronym we came up with to make sure that we're really doing ourselves the best justice we can with our goals. So DANCE stands for dated, achievable, noticeable, clear, and exciting.
Yeah. So if we talk about what dated means, it doesn't mean out of date. It doesn't mean, oh, that was so 2010. What we're talking about is putting a date on the calendar and saying, I'm going to do this thing on this date, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly. You're going to put a timestamp on that goal that you have so that you can achieve it little by little, incrementally. So for example, when I was a younger dancer, I really, when I was social dancing, loved the way that other dancers who are a little bit more experienced than me would body wave. At that time in West Coast Swing, body waving during your anchors, maybe even creating really large body waves, was something that was a big feature of the dance. And I felt really awkward not knowing how to do it. So I went away for a work trip, and every single day on that work trip, I spent time watching videos, practicing solar plexus exercises to get more mobility. I saw that my dance instructor back home said after I had went away on that work trip, and every single day practice this skill, that I had gotten more flexible in this area. And sooner or later, those body waves that I didn't feel comfortable doing became something that I could integrate into social dancing over time. So put a date on your calendar. Say I'm going to do this every day or once a week. Set that goal for yourself. The next thing is achievable, A in the dance acronym. So if we see people out on the dance floor doing a finger spin, and then continuing to do a finger spin, and then shaping that finger spin, and then coming out of it like nothing, that's not something we can do overnight. In fact, that takes many, many hours of practice. And so you need to think about, if that goal excites me, and we'll get to that later, how can we start to break down the habits that are going to make that goal an achievable thing for later on? So first of all, I need to make sure that I have balance coming out of regular turns. And maybe I discover that when I stand on one foot, I tend to not feel comfortable, confident, or especially if I stand on one foot in a social dance, I might go, ooh, no, just kidding, I want to breeze through here. So what we want to do is set an achievable goal for dancing, and instead of thinking about that finger spin, we want to think about being able to stand on one foot for a certain amount of time without falling over. So that would be an achievable goal. Set a goal for balance, or set a goal for putting your weight over one foot with your practice with a partner instead of that finger spin right away. Then you'll get there.
Next up, we've got noticeable. And what we mean by noticeable is that you can really tell whether or not you've done this skill. So one really great example of this is musicality. So we talk about phrase changes. Lots of us want to dance more musically. And so one way that we can do that is to practice pointing on a phrase change. So maybe you're dancing either with a partner or by yourself, and you want to point on each phrase change. And you can tell, like, oh shoot, I missed one there. I need to keep practicing and working on this skill, because it's really noticeable whether or not you've done it. Next up, we've got clear. And what we mean by clear is that your goal is really specific, it's really narrow, and you know exactly what you're working on. So maybe you watched your videos and you're kind of like, okay, I think I need to work on my timing. That's not really very clear, because there's a lot of reasons why you might need to work on your timing. So maybe you just step too quickly, you're too fast, so you need to actually slow down. Maybe you have this habit of every time that you get to count 6, you take too big a step back, and so it brings your follower in too early. Those could be, or maybe it's even like your pitch. Maybe you're pitched backwards, and so when you're taking your count 1, you don't have control to go nice and slow. So those are all getting a little bit more clear about what specific thing you need to work on related to your timing.
Then you can focus on that specific thing as your goal, not the big goal.
And our final thing is exciting. Because lots of times the end result that we want to get to is what excites us. But we also need to make the day-to-day process of working towards that goal exciting as well. So maybe I know I need to work on my pitch from the previous example, let's say. But I find that really boring, just standing there and just doing pitch drills and doing triple steps in place.
So fun, it's so fun.
So what I might do is pick a cool move that uses pitch and uses control of my pitch to make it work. So I could dress up a basic push break with a little bit of pitch accentuation to emphasize maybe some musicality. And by practicing that, I'm going to get better control of my pitch, which will help me during my basic patterns. So that's one way that we can take a distant goal and make it more exciting to work on in the present.
So we really hope that you've enjoyed thinking about what you are going to work on for your New Year's resolutions. This year, we hope that the DANCE acronym helps you to refine and get really excited about what's to come for your West Coast Swing.
That was your guide. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and check out our website and online store linked in the description.
Happy New Year!